What's up? It's Darren Rose here at Lacoste Live Desert Pool Party, just down the road from Coachella, joined here on the couch by Portugal the Man.
How you doing, man?
Good, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. You guys played last night. How was it?
We did. It was unbelievable. We played. I grew up coming to Coachella.
Yeah.
And, like, it was from the first year it actually started.
Like 03.
My dad took me.
Yeah. Back when there used to be like 30,000 instead of 90,000 people.
Yeah, and it was a lot freakier. You know, it kind of felt like Burning Man back
Yeah.
then. I don't know, man. It was like the craziest. I remember watching bands play that slot. It's a magic moment when the sun's setting, and it's it was something that we've been looking forward to and planning for a long time. Mm-hmm. We took it very seriously, and yeah,
you guys,
I think it paid off.
Yeah, and you guys have a lot of festival experience by this point in your career. You guys played a handful of festivals.
Yes.
Any one, because they're organized differently, they get different audiences, but what's your interpretation of festivals that you've played around the world?
Honestly, every single one has its own particular style, its own particular vibe. This Coachella, I think, is very special for just how it looks. It's very clean.
The setting of Coachella is unbelievable.
The desert. And
that is tough to beat.
It feels like a fashion show sometimes.
Yeah.
But if you can get around that.
Yeah.
It's a little addictive. It's beautiful, but there are difficult things about it. You can't find a beer backstage very easily.
Really? I would think that they would just be
thirsty musicians.
There's like, it was crazy. I was looking around for a beer for about an hour and a half last night, and then we got it covered.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Well, good thing you have one now. I mean, we don't make it hard for you to find beers.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers with my mic.
Yeah.
It's that kind of day. So, the new Portugal the Man album coming out in June.
Evil Friends, June
Friends.
4th.
Evil Friends. Love it. I'm playing it, in fact, tonight on my new music show.
Sweet.
What's going on? You guys jump back in the studio, and what are we looking for here?
It took a while. Well, we worked with Danger Mouse.
Nice.
So
Can't go wrong with him.
Pretty cool. Yeah. He was good. It was a huge learning experience for us. He's very, very cool, very smart, and he's become a very good friend of us. And
Ours.
That's
all good.
Ours. Thank you.
On that note, like individually, what did you feel like you learned, or how did you feel like you grew as a musician, as an artist, from being day in, day out in the studio with someone like Danger Mouse?
Honestly, I learned a lot about the music business. I learned a lot of he's got a good attention to details. He's a lot of fine lines. Mm-hmm. He had so much advice when it comes to, he was in a band that got really big, and we've never been really that close with a huge musician like that. Mm-hmm. So he could tell us all these little things like, I've done this, I've made this mistake, I've done this, don't do this, and just a lot of little things that you always think about after the fact. And it's really good to have that advice going in, because our whole career we never knew what we were doing. We had a plan, and we didn't know if it was the right way. Luckily, it's worked out. It was a very slow build, and that's how we wanted to do it. But we never
gone like this for a long time, but slowly up a mountain.
Slowly up a little bit. Yeah. And it's taken a long time, but I really feel like we did it right. We've been on indie labels. We're now on a major label. We had our own record label for a while. We're truly trying to get every aspect of the music industry, and so. Obviously, the major label thing, even though we've been on it for a couple of years, it's a new world to us, and stepping into that. Luckily, Atlantic Records is amazing to us. They're really, really cool people, and we get along. They get us for the most part, and they let us do our thing, and they're happy with it. But it's nice to have some advice on where we go from here.
Well, I think having a mentor in any career that you have is important. It sounds like
Absolutely.
He kind of took on that role of mentor.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of, he stepped into that role of just helping and being the sage, and and I think he's going to be a lifelong friend, and I'm pretty positive, without any certainty, but that we'll work together again. And it was just an immediate connection, and I think we're all unbelievably, it's my proudest piece of work in my entire life.
That's awesome. That's enough to make me excited about the new Portugal the Man record.
It's really good, if I may say so myself.
You wanted to use a 4-letter word. You did.
I don't know. satellite.
Radio.
Yeah.
Live.
This isn't live.
It's not live, but we'll. So before we let you get out of here, you guys are going to go perform for us, which we're all very excited about.
We are.
But I do want to ask the rest of your spring, summer plans. Obviously, Coachella next weekend, and then where do you go after that?
We got to go to Europe for some promo for 2 weeks, and then we come back to, or we're playing Jimmy Kimmel. That happens before then, on the Monday following next Sunday.
Yep.
Got a couple shows in between Coachella. We've got just a lot of work to be done. A lot of little things. We've been doing crazy at home preparing for this and just the new record coming out.
The tour kicks off in June, and then
we proper tour to support the album. Yeah, well, I'd love to have you. Do you know you'll probably have an proper LA date? I would imagine.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's not announced yet.
We'll look forward to it. Yeah. We'll be sure to tell everybody about it. Portugal, the man. Thanks again for stopping by.
Thanks for having us, man.
Love having you here at Coachella.
Love to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.